Welcome back to Rock Your Best Vocals. Jim here, professional singer for over 30 years, professional vocal coach for over 20 years. Today, we're going to listen to Jeff Buckley because we're trying to understand his mixed voice. We're going to listen to the tonal qualities of his voice and see what tone does it take to get that amazing mixed voice that he has. One of my students called this the magic voice, and I couldn't agree more. It's magic when Jeff just sails through his passaggio, right? The break, the vocal break area, without any trouble at all. But in really diving in to listen to his tonal quality of not only the higher parts of his voice, but the lower parts of his voice, we can understand a little bit better how we might achieve that ability to just move through the break. Okay, so let's get into this. We're going to listen to the isolated vocal track of Grace, which is an amazing song. Particularly at the end of the song, there's this amazing part which I'm dying to get into, but let's crack this open and get into it. Now, listening to Jeff Buckley really helped me when I was trying to rehabilitate my voice after I had COVID, and then I got Hashimoto's from that. My voice was destroyed. And what further destroyed it was trying to push to make, like what I thought were the powerful sounds that a lot of these singers make, not only with Jeff, but a lot of my favorite rock singers. It sounds a lot more like they're pushing. And watching a lot of vocal coach videos on YouTube didn't help either, because they were talking about support in a way that's like pushing, like a lot of force. And that didn't help me. So in order to rehabilitate my voice, I started listening to a lot of great mixed voice singers, particularly this album, the album Grace by Jeff Buckley, and then the album Euphoria Morning by Chris Cornell, which I'll do a little deep dive on that in the future, because there's a lot of really great mixed voice lines in there we could take from.
Is the moon asking to stay long enough for the clouds to fly me away?
Listen to the quality of his voice as it goes from higher to lower. It doesn't really shift in quality. It has that same brightness. Away, away, long enough for the clouds to fly me away. There's a buzzy quality to his voice that it's important for us to listen to the tone of any great singer's voice, because that gives us a clue as to how they're actually singing these things.
Oh, it's my time coming, I'm not afraid.
Listen to that. Afraid. What do you hear that's in that quality of his voice? I'll get into it, but, just start listening to what he's doing. Afraid. There's a couple of things that's happening there.
Afraid to die.
Afraid to die. Afraid to die. Listen to that quality, the tone, what's happening there in his voice.
My fading voice is above.
The brightness of the vocal fold closure is very important there, because it sounds like it's really light, which it is. I mean, he's not powering through that. But the lightness and the brightness in his voice, listen.
Is above.
There's that vocal fold closure that's there. It's really. So I'm making sure there's this really bright vocal fold closure in order to keep that and make it sound light. You really have to work with your support.
But she cries to the clicking of time.
It's not really powerful. It's not, oh, time!
Of time.
Of time! Of time! It's really light, isn't it? Really, it's not powerful. He's not pushing through that.
Wait in the fire, wait in the fire.
There's a lightness to that. There's not a lot of pushing, right? You could really push through that and it just loses the whole feeling of the song.
And she weeps on my arm, walking to the bright lights and sorrow.
So he moves from
Weeps on my
this. So there's this breathiness at the beginning of that.
And she weeps on my arm.
But it moves into a brighter vocal focus. As she weeps on my arm. So he doesn't stay with that. As she weeps on my arm. He moves into a tighter vocal fold closure. As she weeps on my arm.
Walking to the bright lights.
Walking to the bright lights. Walking to the bright lights. There's something he's doing to get that brightness, that bright vocal fold closure.
And sorrow.
Okay, so on this next part, he does a couple of different things that change the tone of his voice. And let me know in the comments below if you know exactly what he's doing. I've talked about both of these on the channel before, but listen.
Oh, drink a bit of wine, we both might go tomorrow.
It's very important when you hear these things, we really hone in on the tone and the sound and all the different things he's doing. We can kind of try to apply these to our own singing. Once you start to hear these things, you start to apply them to your own singing, you start to figure things out a little bit more.
Oh, my love.
Oh, my love. Still a little bit like that, right? Oh, my love. It's a little bit kind of operatic, a little bit low larynx, right?
And the rain is falling, and I believe.
Gentle flip. And I believe
My time has come. It reminds me of the pain. I might leave.
I might leave. I might leave. Listen how light that is.
Leave behind.
So he pushes into that a little bit. Like when I say pushes, like he adds a bit more support. And it's not pushing, it's supporting. He's adding a little bit more breath pressure to get that power. It's not a pushing, not a tensing up, not like don't think of it that way, because that ruined me for a long time.
Leave behind.
Leave behind. It's that kind of that. It's just kind of that kind of momentum with the breath.
Wait in the fire, wait in the fire. Wait in the fire, wait in the fire.
Those two harmonies kind of overlapping, and it's just amazing. But listen to the tone of his voice. He just doesn't push a bunch of breath through there. We really want to try and keep that light. That's so bright, isn't that? I'm really trying to keep the vocal folds just barely touching together to keep that brightness. You listen for that, just the touch of the vocal folds together. I've done a video on this before called a vocal fold closure. I'll put the link up there. But work with your vocal fold closure to hear that bright vocal fold closure just when they just barely touch. And that will work wonders for your voice. I don't know how they got that. Was it like it's that effect of kind of like singing through a guitar pickup or something like that? But there, several ways you can get that kind of sound. But it's really cool, like kind of old telephone sort of sound, like distorted sound. So he goes into a breathy part there. I might leave behind. Tightening up the vocal folds to get that brightness. I might leave behind. Breathy up here. And then bright. That's one thing that Jeff did really well, is to get that brightness in his voice and go back and forth between those just seamlessly. Okay, so this is the big part I was talking about. He just sails up into this massive part of his voice.
And I feel them surround my name. So easy to know and forget with this kiss.
It's still really, it's bright in that section, isn't it? It's not like it's high, it's powerful, but he has this lightness, this brightness. And I feel him drown my name. So easy to know and forget with this kiss. That's under there. That's under all that. The rest is just putting support into it. So to get a bit of that chest resonance to make it sound fuller.
I'm not afraid to go.
I'm not afraid to go. You can hear that, what he's doing there. To go. What's happening there in his throat that he's getting that kind of sound, that tonal quality? Well, I'm not afraid to go. There's something specific there. It's very key, though, to your technique.
Put it go so
And he gets that little, like, kind of bit of distortion in at the end. But it goes so slow. You can hear that brightness in the vocal folds. Wait in the fire, wait in the fire. Very key to have that brightness in there. Listen how that brightness is so key to his voice. Let's listen to that whole part again. Listen for that brightness in your own voice. Now, it doesn't help if you just sit there and watch me, right? That's not going to help you. So try to make these sounds with me. That's really key. Get that tone, and you'll see how adding that proper vocal fold closure, that adduction in your vocal folds, will help you to grow that sound into something that's a really powerful mix. Jeff Buckley is just absolute master at mix voice. And you can apply these things to your voice. You just have to listen to your own tone. Try to see what you need to do to manipulate your voice to get that kind of tonal quality. And once you start to listen to that tone and implement these things into your own voice, you will get a powerful mix in no time. So I hope this video has helped you. Thanks for watching Rock Your Best Vocals, where your best keeps getting better. See you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.